And it goes a little something like this. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Okay, here's the thing about that. Whoa, there I am. Here's the thing about that laugh. It's one thing when you're by yourself in a booth doing the laugh and nobody's actually looking at you. It's a whole nother thing when you're in a room full of people with cameras trained on your performance and no way to hide. And as much as I wish that this little performance of the Maniacal Laughter was for you, I know it's for you too. So I gotta make sure that my friends and family don't try and ever search for anything of me on YouTube, because they're gonna get me being crazy. And I thought his parents raised him better than that. Apparently not the case. But anyway, that's what I'm here for, so here you go, Maniacal Laughter. Yeah, cute and all. Try doing that like 30 times in a day, man. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Okay, let's have another question.
How old were you when you started voice acting?
Ooh, excellent question. I started voice acting when I was about 14. Yeah, it was weird. Okay, I started off, just to kind of give a broad answer for this question, I started off in acting as many do in theater because of my sister. I have a sister who's a year older than me, and basically everything that she did I got jealous of. So she got into theater, I wanted to get into theater too. And at one point we were both in a place called the Vancouver Youth Theatre, which was like touring theater productions that were, the cast was all made up of kids. And we play build these shows and kind of tour them around. So both me and my sister were in the same touring show at one point. And the theater that we were at, there was an agency right across the street that would kind of watch the kids that were coming through the theater. And they approached me and my sister at one point and said, "Hey, would you like to join the agency?" We said, oh my God, yes, please. And they said they'd start setting us out on, auditions for, film and TV and commercials and all that kind of stuff, and see what happens. So I started off doing on-camera work, so I did some stuff in movies and some TV shows and a couple commercials and things. And then I had my very first audition for a cartoon, and it was a show called My Little Ponytails. And I got to play a character named Ace, and he was a badass pony. Okay, as bad as My Little Ponies get, right? But he was a bit of a brat. So that was my very first show, and I think I was 13 or 14. And then a couple years later, I think I had my first audition for an anime series, and that was a show called Ranma One Half. Nice, it's awesome that people still know that show. And then it's just kind of gone from there. I've been doing it ever since, as much as I can. That's obviously it's the dream job, but I also have a real job, which actually isn't too bad. I do graphic design and illustration, so I'm an art guy. And that's what I went to school for and everything, so I like that, but the voice acting is just incredible, so, I'll keep doing it forever, as long as I can get little snippets of work every once in a while, I'll be happy doing that. Okay.
2 summers ago, Michael Jackson was found dead of a heart attack. 4 days later, Lee Mays was found dead of a heart attack.
Was it you?
They crossed the wrong cat. All I'm gonna say. Don't return my fan mail.
Eli, pull your head.
Ooh, have I ever submitted? Okay, all right. Not so much. I dabbled in animation for a little bit, but it was more 3D animation in my last year of college. So, are there any animators out here in general, or people that dabble in animation? My hat's off to you guys. It's so time consuming, right? So, it's something that I'd love to get back into 3D animation. I have, of course, like probably a lot of voice actors, I have dreams of making my own cartoon. But I would have to have a hand in all the art behind it, right? So it's easier said than done. But I have, because I've drawn my entire life. I never really took any formal art training until I got to college, but I'd always doodle. But you've given me a good segue. While we're talking about art, there's a convention in Vancouver, which now I think it's kind of defunct, which is unfortunate. But every year, they have a charity auction. So I would submit anime-themed paintings, like 16 by 20 paintings, and I'd sell them off at the charity auction, and great cause, and we'd raise some money, all that kind of stuff. So I found out a couple days ago that there's a charity auction here on Sunday. Has anybody here, who's been to the show before? Okay. Have you been to the charity auction here before? Okay, cool. Well, we have a charity auction on Sunday. I already saw some of the stuff that's getting submitted for it. It's one-of-a-kind stuff as far as, things that have autographs. There's all sorts of cool stuff. So I decided I had to throw some stuff together. So I brought prints of some of the paintings that I've done in the past for my local auction. And I figured this would probably be a good opportunity to make sure everybody knows about the charity auction and show some of the stuff that I brought. So it's basically, these are prints of paintings that I've done of some of the characters that I've played on different shows. So, has anybody seen Gundam Wing? Okay. So this is a painting I did of Catra and Sandra from Gundam Wing. Okay, we were just talking about Ranma. Moose, I played Moose in Ranma. Okay. So I got one of those. Are there any Mega Man fans out here? Okay. So I got a painting that I did of Lan and Cross Fusion Mega Man, because I actually got to play Cross Fusion Mega Man as well as Lan, so that was cool. Yes! Okay. Are there any Transformers fans out here? Okay. Are there any Transformers Energon fans out here? Oh, that was very polite. Okay. I played a character named Kicker on Transformers, so I got a painting of that. Dragon Ball Z? Gohan, baby! Cool. And Death Note. That's actually what this is from. This was like a scan of a couple of the poses that were on the painting, and I just put them onto a mask so I could be less embarrassed. And also, my very first, the first anime that I ever saw was a movie called Akira, or Akira, if you prefer. So I made, also for the charity auction, I made a plushie of a creepy little teddy bear that looks like he's like sweating milk or something, and he's got a serpent hand. So, I'm creepy. So I'm gonna throw that in the auction too. So thanks for bringing that up. Anyway, so that's Sunday at 2. Open your wallet, open your hearts, and we'll raise some money for 2 really excellent causes. Spitting on. And it's supposed to be potato chips.
Did you enjoy making a character that was
Typecast. Yes. Like I was saying about how when you're in the booth by yourself, it can be very therapeutic. Well, even the audition for Death Note was incredible because we had 1 page of sides, what they call it, which is like an audition script. And the difference between the first line and the last line on 1 piece of paper, they were worlds apart. So you could see the range that this character was going to go through on 1 page. So I was really excited. And just, some people pay a lot of money for therapy. Well, I go into the studio and do maniacal laughter and be all crazy, and I walk out of there and I just feel great. So yeah, it's cool to get paid to be therapized. Never mind.